Hey, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Straight Up Show podcast. I am your host, Calvin. It is Music Monday. We're back at it again. I'm sorry that I've been gone for a while. We had some elections coming up, and I had some personal issues with my family, but my family and my mom's doing okay too. So doing that. But we're back today with Music Monday, and I don't particularly have a new guest or somebody comes to the show, but this week, actually, in November, marks 10 years that I've been doing. Well, I've been doing music for a long time, but I actually linked up to somebody who was a really good friend of mine. We started doing music 10 years ago, and he had the brilliant idea to make me stop DJing and actually do a song with him. So that's what we're talking about today, talking about 10 years of a specific song that we have called Let Me Go. So without any further ado, I bring to you one of my good friends, great, just creative content creator, music, media, just all around Renaissance man. Please help me welcome Mr. Josh Munds.
That's everyone yelling and applauding. How's it going?
I was doing good, man. Like, it's good to hear from you, man. We haven't talked in like what, a couple of years, right?
Yeah, I know it's been a while. I think the last time we talked, I think it was at like an Avengers premiere or something like that.
I think so. We just randomly
Yeah.
saw each other, and but man, Josh, thank you for coming on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Man, just I tell you what, a lot of you don't know Josh, but I'm pretty sure after this show you will. Man, he is just one of the most talented people that you will ever meet. I mean,
Oh, shucks.
man, you are, man. And then okay, so really, honestly, this is me just bragging on you. Like, for you to sit there and go to the high school you went to, disadvantage for a lot of people,
Mhm.
to have the parents that you have, and to marry the person who is just as creative as you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, you are winning, my friend. You're
Oh,
winning.
well, thank you, man.
Like, at the high school that Josh went to, it's like either you come out a celebrity or you come out just making lots of money. So I mean, like, you just kind of did both of them. So I mean, you did both of them, man, because you're just creative, and like I said, it's like if our city in Louisiana had like a performing arts school, that's definitely what his high school would be.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but Josh, I mean, you and I, we met, almost 10 years ago, and I'll tell you my side, and you tell me your side later, but afterwards. So, as most of y'all know, the reason why I started Music Monday is because I used to DJ. And I actually started messing with music when I was like 9 or 10. It started off me having a crush on a girl, and I recorded like a mixtape for her.
Doesn't it always start that way?
It always starts with a girl. Always starts with a girl. So I made her a mixtape, and this is how long ago. Like, we had cassette tapes, but and for those who you don't know what cassette tapes are, I mean, I have to actually tell you what it is, because, man, it's, you have to Google it, okay?
They don't know the struggle of having to rewind one of those.
Yes, exactly. And so I would record the radio station. I like listen to the radio station all day long and listen for something that actually matched my feelings of that girl, and I would like talk over it. And so that was how it really got started. And then, like, I would actually download Napster music and LimeWire music illegally, and
We all did. Don't worry.
yeah, we all did. And you can come get me, FBI. But anyway, I just confessed to a crime. Uh, but no, seriously. So I started downloading music, and I would start going to these parties and just playing my mixtape. And then so I met my friend Izzy, my former DJ manager, and he wanted me to start DJing. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know how to do this. And so he gave me a laptop, took me to like a mostly Caucasian for Sweet 16. That was my first gig ever at
A Sweet 16.
at the El Chico's back party room off of I think where Maryland's Place is at now, at Maryland's Place. And that was the back party room, was a Sweet 16. I remember this girl wanted me to play Miley Cyrus Party in the USA on loop like crazy. And I was like, what did I get myself into?
Is this what a DJ is?
Is this what this is? And so after that, I started doing, like, I said, well, I can really do this. If I can like play this for like a little 16-year-old, I can really do things. And then so I was actually graduating high school, and then I didn't really have any money. So I was like, well, let me do like a house party. So my friend he was like 18, 19, had a house to himself because his mom gave it to him. And he says, well, let me get a speaker and you get some, like, bring your equipment. And we have like and this parties was so big. I don't know if you remember how big these parties were, Josh, but I mean, uh, it was like, what was it? The movie with the kids, Project X. It was
Oh
like
yeah.
it was like a Project X party before that movie came out, and so I would be the DJ at these massive parties in our hometown, and then I'm not for sure if it was Johnny or Cal, but I met one of Josh's friends at the party, and he said that we should meet up and come together. So that's my
Yep.
side of the story. What about you, Josh? What do you remember?
So I remember not too long after high school, I went and started working at Becca's, which is a seafood restaurant that's like off of Pines Road.
Rest in peace.
And place was kicking, by the way. It had some great food. It was just a hole in the wall right next to a U.S. postal office, but it had some great food. So I was just a waiter there. And I remember Johnny worked there with me. And what we used to do is we would just, on our off days, just make music. We had this crappy computer that we would make some tunes on. We would find beats online because we didn't have the knowledge nor the equipment to actually make the music. So we had to find the music elsewhere. And what we do is we just throughout the whole night, we'd record music. Well, Johnny, I think was living with Kyle at the moment. So I think what happened is that he went to one of those parties. I think he either heard of you or met you there, and you guys kind of hit it off. And then he mentioned that we did music, and he showed you, I think, one or two songs that me and him made, and you were like, "Yo, we have to meet up." I remember him coming back to the restaurant the next day saying, "This DJ at this huge party wants to see us," and I was like, "Nuh-uh, you're lying," because the day before we showed some music to one of the cooks in the back, and that guy said, "Hey, you should stick to your day job."
Hater.
So I didn't have the greatest confidence that day. But yeah, that's the day that I heard about you.
Yeah.
And then the day we met was at my house. Yeah, it's pretty brave of you. You just came to my house not knowing who I was or who we
Right.
were.
And I believe in good talent, hence the Music Monday. And I'll pick it up from here now. Like, and it kind of made me mad because, like, Johnny introduced to us, and then like the very next week or a day or so, he moved away, or him and Kyle moved away. I'm like,
Yeah, he like went to Florida or California or
yeah,
something.
it was like
He was out.
it was like, okay, well, let's just show up out of nowhere. But no, then I went to Josh's house, and then like, and my specialty wasn't necessarily beat making. It was more of I was a good mixer. I can blend in music and like basically if and let me put it in layman's terms for people who are not that musical intellect. Basically, screenshotting a video capture on your iPhone and put it as your own video. I was able to do that, still samples and stuff like that. That was my specialty. And then I met with Josh, and then then Josh, I guess you can pick it up from here then.
Yeah, at that time, I just got a new computer. Like it was that nowadays people will be like, "That's such an old computer," but it was very new to me. It was like this big little Mac that we had, and I remember I bought a program that was able to make beats, and I had never made beats before. And I was like, "All right, I'm just gonna try it." And I had saved up money for several months to get this thing from working at Becca's. So when you come and we're sitting there and I'm playing some of the music, we're jamming out. It took a couple weeks, but the thing is when I was playing those beats, you'd be mumbling here and there, doing some freestyles over it. And I remember listening and hearing, I'm like, hey, this guy is actually can hold a rhythm, which was unique to me because a lot of the people that would come over who were Johnny's friends could not. They could not hold a rhythm. Like Kyle, you know who Kyle is, and that's funny if you know who Kyle is.
Yeah, man, and like, man, I love your parents, man, because they were just
Oh yeah, this was at my parents' house, by the way. Yeah, in the back room.
they were so welcoming of so many people in their house, and it was just like, man, my mom and dad would kill me if I had all my friends at my house like this, and just
We had so many people. It was ridiculous. It'd be like 7 to 6 people at a time.
so many people at a time, and then like, man, but memories were made in that back room, man, and just. I thank you for the opportunity to let me spit, and I used to hate going over there because I did not want to play you in 2K. It
Yeah.
was horrible. It's like you want to play 2K, and then like I would just hit up with threes, and Josh would just like, and I'd be up like maybe like 13 points, and like towards the third quarter, you would just come back and blow me out, man.
Oh, that's when that defense squad comes in. Yeah.
And then we decided one day to take it. You know what? Forget the game. Let's go to the streets.
That's right. We started balling for real.
And then we got stopped by the cops from bowling?
Oh my God, that was so stupid. We were just shooting hoops. We weren't even doing anything.
Oh man, yeah. So that's kind of trouble Josh used to get me into, man.
It's
We
all me. I'm sorry.
it's all Josh, and then so like I said, he heard me mumbling and like well outside of me talking, period, is mumbling. But he heard me,
No, no.
but he heard me mumbling, and then you gave me this this song, "Let Me Go," and uh, we're gonna talk about more about this song, "Let Me Go," but he came to me and wanted me to do a verse on it. And that verse, little did I know, or that song, little did I know, will actually become I guess, fan favorite. But
Mhm.
I don't think I have a fan at all. But my friends, my fans of friends, I guess, they love that song so much. And actually, my friend actually sent me a Snapchat maybe like 2 months ago, and they were in their car. Says, "Man, y'all used to do it so good." I'm like, "What? Oh, okay, it's like so long ago." But it's crazy because it has a lot of views on YouTube and a lot of plays on SoundCloud. So we're going to talk about the 10-year anniversary,
Woo!
not only of Josh Munds and DJ Uptown, which is my stage name, but the song "Let Me Go." On the other side of the break, stay tuned.
Get your hands up, get 'em up, get your hands up.
For more instrumentals, visit tricksmusic.com.
Hands up, get 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up. Josh Munds, let's go. When you move like that, my jaw falls. When you touch my skin, my heart dissolves. How you do that is a mystery, but it's worth a search since you're here with me. You think she's looking at you from across the club? She's decked out in Prada, Gucci, and all of the above. She's Miss Independent with the credit cards with no limit. She's so expensive. Dude, do you really think she bought all that stuff, man? Are you tripping?
I see him staring, he likes the way I look. I'm just a kill, make him take a second look. I'm just a kill, I'm just a kill, I'm just a kill, I'm just a kill.
Hey everybody, Lee here. And guess what? The reviews are in and the Straight Up Show podcast is a hit. Don't believe me? Well, listen to what one of our guest panelists, Dr. Monique Thompson, has to say.
Listen, y'all listening to Straight Up and support this podcast because I listened in before I came on the show. I liked what I heard. They're really focusing on keeping things real and being real with you, and I like that approach. So you guys support this podcast.
So if you want to listen, donate to the show, have a subject idea, or even want to be a guest, just contact us at straightupshow@gmail.com. That's straightupshow@gmail.com.
Okay, so welcome back to the Straight Up Show podcast, Music Mondays. I have my guest today, the phenomenal. I call you Renaissance man, because I can't just break it down to what you can't not do. But I have Josh Munds. Josh Munds, DJ Uptown, had a song 10 years ago called "Let Me Go." It was when Josh Munds introduced me to the lyrical side of music and to actually start a rap, which in my opinion was horrible. But
No.
but we were talking about the song itself. It's called "Let Me Go," and at the time, like I said, we were just coming out of high school. So I mean, a lot of us. There were some people in our hometown that actually went to local colleges and like went away. And so, but there were some of us, and that's okay. If you don't go to college, it's totally fine. I'm a person that believes that even without a high school degree without a college degree, that you can still be successful. So don't ever think that because you don't go to college, you cannot be successful. That's a lie. So, but still always follow your dream. Hard work does pay off. But
Right on.
outside of that, we were at that. Because if you're listening to in your high school, there's going to be a time to where you don't know what you want to do. I mean, hell, you'll be like 30 and still know what you want to do. And so that's okay. But we were at that time to where we were just around town, like not in college, working 9 to 5s. And, I was working at a call center, I think. And then Josh worked at the ever so loving Becca's,
baby.
Becca's, rest in peace, Becca's. But no, we were working and doing like our regular jobs, trying to make ends meet. And so I was a DJ doing house parties for a little to no change, and Josh was doing other side gigs as well. So we come together. Josh gives me a song called "Let Me Go," And Josh recorded his, and just to clarify to my friends and people that love the song, that's not me in the beginning singing the song. That's Josh. Josh can sing low and high. And so
Thank you.
thank you. But no, that's not me. That's Josh in the beginning. So, but you know,
But I think we do dual sing at the end.
we do a dual sing.
Yeah, we do harmonize.
Yeah, we do harmonize at the end. And so, Josh, so we make this song, Let Me Go. And I noticed that it's been 10 years. I mean, you've done, I think I still have some of your old music, but like I said, you had, we use auto-tune for this. And you said you had the trial for a week. So you
1 week, baby. And that's all we had.
You knocked out so many songs in a week. Anyway, but just tell us about, and we're gonna, at the end of the show, we will play you the full song. But Josh, in your verse, just tell us, what were you thinking and what the song is about in your opinion.
So I recently just listened to it, and it was interesting trying to find the headspace that I was in when I actually wrote it, because me and you took two different approaches to a very similar topic on the song. So for instance, my Don't Let It Go, or Let Me Go, was more so driven towards my anxiety, my kind of depression at that stage. I was not happy with where I was, like, in life in general. I was surrounded by great people and great friends, but it was more of the career aspect. I don't know what I'm doing. And so the anxiety just kind of festered. And whenever I made music, it just kind of bled into the music. And Let Me Go was a very, a big scapegoat to put that frustration into. So the song, the first verse, second verse, very heavily dives into what I was feeling in the moment, which was a lot of anxiety and depression.
Okay. And like I said, and that's okay, because that's life, you know, and I think that's where good music comes from, is your personal struggles and you just having that form of escapism, just to put it all out there and just to vent. And that's kind of how I was feeling with my verse. I talk about just, at the time I was talking to two girls at one time.
How dare you, Calvin?
How dare me, how dare me to have a bachelor pad at 19 and still just, or 20 and just still be like, I'll talk to other girls. But like, there was one girl that I was talking to, and she was talking to my friend at the same time, but she wanted to keep me on, like she wanted to play both of us, so I was like, well, everybody's gonna play it, everybody's gonna play it, but she was just like, hey, we argue too much and then we make up, and we argue too much and make up. Like, what do you want from me? Just like, you're obviously gonna be ratchet, which is a Shreveport word, but and I just don't want to be like that, and I was like, hey, just give me the green light and let me go. Like, it's okay, man. You used to be my number one girl. And, but now it's just like, you're being too, emotionally involved in this. And I'm not involved in like I used to be. Like, if I don't please you, you're going to be mad. If I don't do this, you're going to be mad. And like, they come back with some, kind of bipolar, attitude, and say, just give me the green light and let me go. And that's kind of what my verse is about love and, actually not cheating on a girl, but like, hey, we tried this relationship. It's not working, and right. It's just, and that's Let Me Go. So like the song has like dual meanings, just like letting things go, and whether it's letting go of like, personal anxiety or depression, but it was about like, love too. So, and
I think that's why some people kind of related to the song, because there's so many different ways to either interpret the verses or interpret the hook and relate it to some part of your own life. And by the way, 10 years ago, it was not popular to do what we were doing.
Right. It was not.
I think back then it was more so hardcore. Like on a rap song, you don't really do what Post Malone's doing now.
Oh yeah. Could you imagine we released that song right now? It probably would have been like, hey man, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, you're copying Post Malone.
No, we're not. but no, that song Let Me Go would actually encourage Josh to do more music. With me specifically and others, but it's like, man, we were like, because it got good feedback, and so I think you wanted to capitalize on it, and then we kept doing it, and then I think we had like 3 more songs together, like 2 more songs together.
Yep.
We had.
I don't remember what songs they were, but they were fun to do. I remember that.
I know we did one called "Dress to Kill."
Oh yeah,
with Melissa, his wife. and like who can sing by the which I'm surprised that she didn't like go out to be like at least be like a Disney star or like or,
Oh, yeah.
because like she just has that like the looks and the talent and she can
Yeah.
act. Like both of y'all can act, sing. It's just I don't know. Y'all two are just I don't know. It's just y'all are just perfect to me. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but y'all are just talented. But she likes and like go back to Let Me Go. The craziest thing, because like Josh mentioned, at the end of the song we harmonized together. But watching you record this and when you did it, you like held the note for like so long, like
Oh yeah.
and I was like, like we kept doing that take over and over and over again. But like, man, at the end of the song, you hear Josh hold a note, and like he held it for a long time. And I'm just like, man, this guy is like talented. Like your whole family.
Well, the trick was I had a tiny little thumbtack in my shoe and I'd step on it to keep that high note going. Yeah.
Man, but that was Let Me Go. But man, I'm telling you, Josh came on. Then he brought his future wife on the song Let Me Go. Sorry, Dress to Kill. And I have no idea why we did that song, man. But
That was just one of those ones where it's like, hey man, we need to just keep doing it because we got that trial for 1 week. We got to just keep going.
yeah, and we kept doing it, and we did Dress to Kill, which I think is a good like party song, right? Kind of like a good party song. And I hated it because I was really nasally. So I sounded like I was like stopped up the whole time, and I was like, "Oh, this is horrible." And then we did one because Josh continued to do more music. Man, you probably have like at least 100 songs, right? At least 100.
Yeah, not released, but yeah, over 200, 300 songs that I just work on a consistent basis. I'm just very selfish. I just don't release them.
Hey, man, that's one of those. Like, if you pass away, just like tell your kids to like sell it.
Oh yeah, post-humanist, like just keep releasing music even after I'm dead for like several years.
Yeah, the future Prince right here.
No way.
But no, he had some bangers. But like Josh would continue to go on and do more music and do shows. Man, you're doing shows, and
I remember the first show we did. It was at the back of a coffee place.
mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, and I had to sing. I was your DJ.
Yep.
And then you made me rap Cool Cash's song.
Yep, the verse for his part. Yeah.
Follow me.
Yep.
And that was one of my favorite songs too, because that was a really good song. Actually, Josh, like since I have Josh here, I want to brag about him a lot because I mean he's telling you he's really one of the most talented people.
We got to brag about you too, Calvin. Okay.
I mean, that's the show, so I mean that's. But no, it's I can't go enough to brag about Josh because it's one of those underrated talents, especially in our city. Like because I mean he is a hard worker, talented guy. But I mean, just one of my favorite songs was "Never Look Back," and that was
with Josh Bliss.
Josh Bliss Lighton, shout out to him. And all my favorite rappers are not retiring, but like doing other things now. So
yeah, we're getting old.
But no, that song, like, man, you put all your emotions in that, and that song still tears me up, man. Like because that was
great. Because that was one of the ones where I was like, he needs to carry the verse. And all I was going to do is just sing the whole time. I was going to Kid Cudi my way through that song, and he was going to bring the meaty section, the section that's going to have the most influential parts. And that's what he did. He came with it, and it was great.
It was great. And then I think during this time, this is when you switched over. You started doing more like video work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like just even the imagery with the video work. Because me, like I told my previous Music Monday with Jackie B, just to have, you can speak it and you can rap all you want to, but if you don't have a great presentation, like it's kind of hard to draw people in. And I think that's what you did. Not only did you have a powerful message with that video, with that song, but the video itself, like it was just amazing imagery in itself, and I think that's one thing as an artist or a content creator that you do and your wife do is that you all are able to capture people's emotion with visuals as well. So with that aspect, man, like I think you and her are both well beyond your years of creativity. So that's why I definitely, respect you as an artist and a creative content creator. So, I mean,
well, thank you.
So just moving back on, like I said, Josh continued to do more music. We did our first show at the coffee house with
Yep.
like
Man,
12
that was so much fun.
It was fun, man. But I was like, man, where's the big crowd at? You know, like,
Yeah.
but man,
We were starting to realize that you don't just get fans the day after you release a song. That's not how it works.
not at all. But we still killed it though, man.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you remember. I felt guilty and bad. So man, I'm gonna rap somebody else's verse, man. This ain't my verse, man. I can't be like.
I think we asked for permission, and I think he was like totally cool with it.
Yeah, MS Cash, man. He didn't care, you know. And telling y'all, man, Cash was one of those men. Dude, Josh, man, I don't know how you did it, but you worked with some people that were just talented themselves. Like you featured artists that like were just like good. You didn't have any sloppy.
It's all networking. I mean, it comes from Johnny meeting you, me and you getting together, me meeting someone else, you knowing someone else. I mean, it just keeps like a circle of people. And I think there's a saying where if we're both going down the highway of our careers and we're going the same speed, we may be in different lanes, but eventually we'll all reach the same destination. And that's kind of how it is.
And we were gonna hit this thing hard, man. I mean, life happens though, but I think me and you we were trying to be like the black and white version of Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy J.
DJ, yeah.
Like I was the DJ and you were the rapper, and we just like together all the time. Like, and you did the cipher too. I remember that you did the cipher too.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's so long ago.
Hey, Josh is like, I know people say when you see a white rapper, oh, it's Eminem. No, Josh is Josh Munds, man, because
I'm very weird.
It's not even the weird part. It's the flow. Like you can hold your own, and like seeing you at the cipher was like, dang, man, like watch out. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I said a lot of weird and crazy things in that cipher that I wish I wouldn't have.
But you know, it's crazy though. What you said in the cipher 10 years ago is now accepted now. That's the crazy part about it. Like it's okay now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's why I said you and Melissa and like your whole team at the time, you well beyond your years, because now that's cool. You're like, no, well, duh, we told you that, you know, and but man, just you are creative. So I said you feature a lot of talents and people, but then all of a sudden you decided to feature your friends on a song too.
Hey, that was in the same pool. Yeah, it was in the same pool. Yeah,
not me, man. That was horrible. I mean, I was horrible. I don't even remember my verse. What was the name of that song? I forgot. You remember?
Which song was that?
It was me, you, Teddy.
Yeah. That was just
Earl.
one of those songs where we were just trying to have fun. It was a beat that I just came up with, and I was like, you know, I need to try to throw as many people on it just to see if this works, because I was just trying to figure things out. And I remember when you did your verse, you may not think it was the best thing ever, but there was a lot of things in it. I was like, holy crap, this dude has something. And I remember, and it was not just because everyone else on it was not holding their own weight, but it was because you actually had a flow. You had a consistent flow. You had, like, you wrote your own verse too. Like, I think we had to actually write a verse for Teddy because he's, you know, he's Teddy. But you wrote your own verse. You performed it. It was actually really fun. I remember that day very, very clear, because there was a bathroom right next to where I was, and we'd have to record in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So we can have it soundproof.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was our studio.
Oh yeah, it was I Feel Alive. Still Alive. I Feel Alive.
Yeah.
And we had Teddy sing on the hook.
That's yep.
And then we had Chief, what's his name? Chief Master Chief, what's his name?
Yeah, he goes by Chief Master Flex now, but at the
Chief
time
Master
I don't know
Flex.
what he was going as.
Yeah. And he's doing like music now, or doing
He's doing really well too. He's doing his own thing. He found his rhythm.
Yep. And so that's all of us starting out, man. Like, just like I said, you started off with so many people that networked, and you know, Earl's doing his thing with managing and stuff like that now. So I mean, it's just people that love music come together, and like you said, it all starts with networking, and that's what we did, man. 10 years ago we did networking, and you know, I'm not saying that you definitely had an influence in my life, and I'm pretty sure that everybody that you did music with, you've had an influence in their lives as well. I mean, vice versa. So I mean, 10 years ago, man, we did Let Me Go. And
10 years. That's a long time, man. That's a decade.
And we both haven't had babies yet, so that's
I know. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, Teddy beat you, man. Come on. I was kidding. Shout out to Teddy, man. We love you, man. We miss you.
Yeah, man.
I still have that picture on my phone. Me, you, Teddy, and Earl. We were going to be rock stars.
Oh
man.
my God, when we did the photo shoots in the house. Yeah. I had the long hair. I don't know what I was. We looked like a heavy metal band. I don't know.
They think you told all of us to wear black.
Yeah. Oh man, we were trying though. That's what was fun, is that
And
we tried.
your mom, man. I know that she just like all you
She
got.
probably didn't understand what was going on, but she was happy that I had friends. I think
was-
that's what it was.
She was like, "What are y'all doing in my house?" It was like your mom and dad were like Archie Bunker to me, and like, you know, you can come to my house, but I'm gonna like tell you I don't want you in my house, like, because man, just, you know. But I love your parents, man. I got because honestly, like, there were some days, man, that I needed to talk, and your mom and dad were there for me, man. Even when I
That's
almost,
good.
I don't know if you noticed, but like your mom and dad actually reached out to me when I was in the hospital. So that when they did that, just to see somebody that they didn't really, you know, I'm not as close to you as, like, you know, Teddy on them, but for them to reach out to me when that happened, that really just made me feel like, man, y'all remember me from being in your house, and
Mhm.
you know, and you reached out to me. So like, man, with that, you know, if y'all out there, Mr. and Mrs. Munds, I love y'all, man, because that really,
I'll let them know if they don't see this.
yeah. Well, your dad's on my, I see him on my live. I get alerts for his live stream.
Oh yeah, he's always streaming. He's having a blast.
So yeah, but no, I really respect y'all, man. Josh Munds is with us. Let Me Go 10-year anniversary. I mean, wow. We're gonna have a little bit more with Josh coming up on the other side of the break. Stay tuned.
My name is Josh Munds. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not safe in my own thoughts. It looks good, but it's just a paradox. Like me getting props, that's dumb thinking. I better knock it off, I'm better off crash landing on top of a mountain stranded. I've got the upper hand, cause I'm handsome. At least my mother says so. She never lies, and therefore I'm cooler than Bustin' Leaper. I like to think I was born on a leap year, which means I'm half a time machine. Isn't that some cool information? Don't change the station, cause I'm sharper than the blade and Jason. I'll make you feel like a vacation. This is my proclamation. Don't change the station.
Tired of the same old boring clothes? Want to support your favorite podcast but don't know how? Well, you're in luck. The Straight Up Show podcast store is finally here. In our Teespring shop, you can find all the merch that tells the world you're keeping it straight up. From t-shirts to masks to even leggings, our store has you covered. Just visit straightupshowpodcast.com and click that merchandise button. That's STR the number 8 upshowpodcast.com.
What's up, everybody? Brandon here with Straight Up. We want you to be mindful of the importance of wearing a mask out in public. We know it's uncomfortable, but believe it or not, you are saving a life. This virus has hit our community hard, and scientists are still looking for a vaccine. So wash your hands, practice social distancing, and most importantly,
wear a damn mask.
All right, so man, 10 years. I'm here with Josh Munds. 10 years of working together, or not really work. Well, we started 10 years ago, but I mean, we kind of, like, life happens, you know. We kind of ventured off, and I moved out of town. Josh got married.
Yep.
Finally, jeez. I was like, man, y'all ever gonna get married?
I know it took like 6 years.
But married, and actually, after Let Me Go, me and Josh did work together again. But this time, it was for acting.
That's right.
And I played a
Russian mob member.
Like, I think I was just there for moral support, or to be an extra at the first season. He had a show called Unemployed. It was kind of. Can you describe what is Unemployed like? What was the
Man, Unemployed was a fever dream. So the first season was mainly me and Johnny were bored because he just got back from California. He just moved back, and I just moved back as well. And I was like, you know, we got to do something because we're out of our mind. So we started filming stuff, and it just spiraled into a web series about two dudes who are unemployed looking for work. That's basically what it was. And I remember, I think it was it the last episode that you were featured in, where we were fighting for this charity event. And you come in and you say that you've been around us the whole time, and you've been watching us, and you're a Russian spy or something like that. That's what I remember from the first season. And in the second season, you were like one of the main characters, and we had to save you. Your name was Boris, I believe.
Yeah,
I
it's
think it was
Boris.
Boris. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got kidnapped, and we had to save you and find the ransom money to get you back.
And I remember filming that.
Yep.
We shot it to where it was called Millennium Studios, where they filmed a lot of movies in Louisiana, and it was where they had the Drive Angry car and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And a lot, if you remember, what's the name of that movie? The White House Down. Not what was it? Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh yeah, Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah, and so they put me in an ice cream truck.
Yep.
And do you remember why I was mad? Because I was in an ice cream truck.
Yeah, not just the heat, because it was hot, but also there was like hornets, I think. Yeah.
And then we had to keep retaking everything.
Yeah, I remember being like, okay, Calvin, I don't know what else to do.
And I think either you or Melissa did a close-up shot of me like scared in the truck. That
It was great because you were supposed to be scared.
Yeah, that wasn't acting. That was legit fear, because I'm like, one, I'm in character, so I gotta stay in my costume. Two, it's hot. And I think it was supposed to be winter during that
Yep,
time.
it was supposed to be cold.
And I'm hot, and then all of a sudden there's a big hornet's nest in the side of the truck. I'm like, oh man, you know what? Let's get it over with.
Let's just get that scene.
But that's once again, like, that shows you how Josh is like, you know what? I see something in somebody. I want to try to make them like do something they've never done before. I've never done well, I did in school, but never had like a speaking role. But I mean, honestly,
And you brought it too. Like,
Thank-
it was not a hesitation of like, oh, is he going to be able to pull this off? It was like immediately you were in character, and you did not break character every time.
Thank you. And I've never, and like me, like, because I think one thing, and I get shout out to our friend Finch, like it showcased his acting skills too, and like Bobby and other people that, you know, I don't think they got the ability to shine the way they wanted to in the city, and you gave that platform from them. Like, so just that point, you were able to give people platforms who didn't have it, and I respect that so much. And just like me, just going back, I've never even heard of a Black Russian, so I think that's what made it more funny. He's like, can Black people be Russian?
Hey man, we did what we wanted.
Yeah. And so I would literally go online and look up like, are there Black Russians?
Were there? I don't know.
I think I found one or two, but I found that there are Black people in Ukraine who are naturally born Ukrainian Black people.
All right.
But Ukraine is no longer associated with Russia. So, but I said, oh, okay, cool. All right. So I'm not that thrown off, but still just like, man, it makes you think like, dang, Black Russian? I got to watch this. You know what I mean? So it was great. And so, you know, that's what we kind of did with Josh, and, you know, kind of segueing back to, you know, us leaving Let Me Go and doing music. So like I said, growing up and like doing other, you know, projects. Like, so, you know, you started doing film, and I think after that I got sick and then I moved away. But what have you been doing since we last talked to you or hung out?
All right. So since unemployed, so we've been doing the Louisiana Film Prize. We've done that, I think, 2 or 3 times, and we've helped with several different films in the film prize, which has always been really fun because I'm so used to what we did with Unemployed, which was run and gun. You know, we didn't know the technical aspects of filming, but once we got into the film community, short film community, they started teaching us all kinds of different aspects of filming. And so we really started grasping a hold of that, of making more film, short film kind of content. But once Film Prize and stuff, we did our run, we were happy with what we were able to accomplish. We started wanting to do more the short form content that we were doing back in the day. And so I started the Lovely Schmucks, which is what we produced had as a producer name for the Unemployed stuff. But we're like, Lovely Schmucks is such a weird name for like a group, like a comedy kind of group. So we started that YouTube up. And since COVID hit, we had so many different videos planned for the next several months that they all just kind of had to, you know, take a breather, take a step back until COVID kind of went away, because it involved people. It involved big amounts of people. So obviously that wasn't going to work. But other than that, one of the main goals is to make a feature film. That's like one of the big ones, but we want to work towards it at a pace that we want, instead of like we have to rush it. And then on top of that, constantly making music. I don't know if I'll ever release it because I'm happy listening to it myself, but I don't think I'll ever stop doing that. That's just something that I've always enjoyed to do, and I'll continue to do so.
Wow. And you know, and you said that you have to rush it. I think film prize, you have like what, 6 months to do it or something like that. And it's like,
Yeah, you have to film it in Shreveport or the
the film,
surrounding area.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have those boundaries. So I mean, I know we don't speak a lot, but I mean, I watched y'all from afar, and man, just like I tell you all, if you are not, I would definitely follow Lovely Schmucks. And I mean, if you need any video work done, I mean, I don't know if I can throw you a promo out, but man, I would hit Josh and his wife up because I mean they do some phenomenal work, and you know, just I think y'all can do stuff now remotely, right?
Yeah, we can definitely do some stuff remotely if necessary. And I'm just so anxious. I'm so ready to get back out there into the world once things are safe, you know, and start filming again.
COVID.
I know.
I'm gonna do it. I love. I actually, she's a guest on our show plenty of times. But Jaya McSharma, she does. She had posted something about the election, and she was like, Georgia, like, COVID.
That's exactly how I feel.
Like COVID. And man, like Josh, I mean, you're still doing music, man. So what's the saying that me and you can't
do another
else?
one? What are you what are you suggesting here, Calvin?
Could we
break the internet 10 years after?
Could we do it?
I don't know.
I'm open for it. I mean, like now that you know, we've actually been talking outside of the show, and like even this connecting with each other. You already gave me tips already of what to do better, and I'm like, oh man, see, like just reconnecting with each other, and just like you're teaching me stuff already.
Because we're both on two different. Well, I wouldn't say different paths. We're on paths towards success, whatever that may look like, and we're learning things along the way. And that's what I love about talking to people is what have you picked up that you can now teach me?
Mm-hmm. And like I said, man, I had to get you on the show. I wanted to do the show by myself. I didn't want to, but I wanted to definitely. I couldn't do this without not having you on the show, because I mean, and I'm not trying to like you know kiss up to you, but man, you know. I come to say that, you know, just I thank Johnny out of all people though. Thank Johnny because I mean, without him, you know, but man, you really played a pivotal role in my life, man. I really have to tell you that because I mean, it kind of gave me the encouragement to try to keep doing music or doing DJing and stuff like that. And I mean, I was able to help, and I try to, and that's part of the show actually is to help other people out, and like even with Music Monday. To give them a platform, and just the fact that you did the same thing is that you know we'll do our work, but we want to make sure that we give other people platforms too while we're working.
Right.
Like, you know, we're gonna put ourselves first, but we're still gonna bring people along the way with us. I mean, I think that you know you taking the time out just to say, hey, you know, I hear you mumbling, but you know, I see something bigger that we can try to make this better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it had to add me on, let me go. So when you did that, man, that really just gave me confidence, honestly, that I didn't think that I had, you know, especially, you know, rapping. And I think that we have, we freestyled one day.
Yep.
And I got off the beat so bad, but I just got back on it like so quickly, man. And it was just like, keep going, man. You got this. And like, so man, I want to thank you for being that coach, you know, just to coach me up and like, you know, teaching me not to never give up. You know what I mean? And it may sound like, oh, it's in the middle right now, but I mean, you don't know what kind of impact that you put on people's lives until
you truly don't. I mean, this means a lot, you know, coming from you. So thank you.
And I'm pretty sure that you know, I mean, we kind of had a little fallout, and people lose their way. You know, that's how life is, man. But if you can come back and if you can come back to what brought you together, I think that's like the most important idea of growth, one, and friendship too. So
right.
I mean,
we all grow as individuals.
Yeah.
You know?
And like I said, I mean, I think I look at it like just being the one who's matured faster, who didn't mature faster. And I think that, you know, we were young kids, man. We're still technically kids, you know, trying to figure life out, and, you know, just, you know, a lot of the animosity and stuff, but that's, you know, things that get over. You know, I think that, you know, once you mature and realize how crazy it was, and this is not just me and Josh, there is definitely an underlying tone of speaking it right now, that, you know, don't forget what brought you together. You know what I mean? And because good days last, bad days don't.
Right.
And I think that, man, just, you know, with you, man, you really made an impact on me. You you made me into a celebrity, even though I wasn't a celebrity. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause
Come on.
my friends are like, "Oh man, this song is killer," and then just think about like them like sending me a Snapchat of them like in a car listening to "Let Me Go," and like because I burned them a CD of all our songs, and like they are still jamming it. I'm like, that is crazy. 10 years later, y'all still banging our stuff. Like,
Man.
But like, hey, like I said, we don't know what the future holds.
That's true. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 years.
Because like you said, like a lot of stuff that y'all didn't like 10 years ago, y'all like now, because Josh, like I said, man, Josh is definitely, I think with you, man, you're you think outside the box, but you kind of like an Eminem. You say things that catches you, but then like you really mean, like there's an underlying meaning to it. And it really takes an intellectual person to actually understand what you're trying to get the message across. And that's what a lot of music now, because a lot of stuff is just garbage. I'm not gonna lie. I hate to say it, So I mean, I haven't heard any new Josh's stuff at all, but I want to listen. I'm eager, but I'm not gonna bug him with it. But before I let you go, Josh, just tell people how they can reach you and Lovely Schmucks, or if they want to contact you, how can they reach out to you?
So one of my main contacts would be on Instagram, which is just at Josh Munds, plain and simple, MUNDS, if you want to contact me there. But if you want to find the content, the fun stuff, the Lovely Schmucks, you can type that in Facebook or YouTube and you will find our content there. And we are going to start posting as soon as things get safer out there and we can actually start filming with people again. We have a lot of big ideas coming and it's going to be really fun. Okay, so there you have it. We have the one and only Josh Munds. And the one and only DJ Uptown. Let Me Go, 10-year anniversary. And we're going to leave you all with the playing of Let Me Go. Hope you guys like it.
I'm just so uninspired, I can't seem to find my sense of pride. I can't even try, like I'm tied down, and this rope is like a chain around my neck. It weighs me down, and I don't even have a second to breathe. On the telephone, who's that on the other side? I don't even know. And through this window, I see my reflection, circles under my eyes, show that I try. Baby, I don't even know. Things that went wrong don't seem to show. So how are we to even know that the path we chose was the wrong road? So I say, let me go, 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 farewell, so sorry, let me go. Putting iron to my rapid foot and press my luck. Take a shotgun to my face and light my head up. I'm not hesitating when I say I've had enough. It's too much, I'm drawing my last straw, yet it's still too tough. Damn, this sucks, I put my brakes in the brake and I crash. Story of my life, it's given but it won't last. Seems like every time I go to the bank, someone gun slash my cash in half. What can I do to take the last laugh? How many shoes does it take to fill till I'm on the last lap? Indeed, these are all facts. One day I'll snap and crack and break my backbone. Until then, I'm heading home. Baby, I don't even know. Things that went wrong don't seem to show. So how are we to even know that the path we chose was the wrong road? So I say, let me go, 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 farewell, so sorry, let me go.
Every morning feels like I'm stuck in hell, so trapped I feel I must be in jail. I grind, they hate, dealing with this every day. Somebody please let me have this big black gate. Ring, ring on the phone. Girl, what you want? For me to be the jazz and you to be the phone. To buy you that coach that you always want. So you had to look at me and I always thought for what's wrong. Had to get it off my chest, but I feel like a student trying to pass the test. And I ain't mine, really am truly blessed. The heavy is my number one and not my best. And you know, our relationship is growing slow. I'm a Mr. Smile and I'm a Mr. Glow. Was real high, now I'm feeling real low. So give me the green light and let me go.
Baby, I don't even know.